Hello, Masanda. I wanna welcome to the MTN 8 2021 final edition of the Masanda Wana Fan Vlog match review and player ratings. I've upgraded today. No Neo, not Lutlo. It's the one and only, the famous. I wanted to throw you off.
The famous.
The famous Pro Philani.
No, I'm not famous. But well, what a day.
Yeah, of course.
What a day.
Yeah.
I think being back at the stadium after 19 months, and we miss the players. I miss the players. I miss the vibe. I miss the scoop section, and it felt so good to be back.
You know, I don't want to lie to you. Up until the penalties, I didn't know how I felt. Like, I tried to comprehend how I'm feeling, but I couldn't.
I was so excited, man. To watch Timbers on the live, it's not for everybody. He brought that joy. I enjoyed watching football again, and I enjoyed watching Sundowns, and I was so happy to see how the team was playing without the ball, most importantly, because there were moments where we were under pressure, especially after the introduction of Mamelodi.
Yeah.
I felt like the team was playing without the ball most of the time, but you could see the experience was coming through in the last few minutes.
You know, I forgot who I was speaking to before the game. I said today, I was actually speaking to a friend of mine, and I was saying, if AJ and our wingbacks today are switched on, we are winning this game easily. And did AJ not put on a show today?
You know what interested me the most? I saw when Cape Town City introduced Terence Mashego.
Yeah.
I saw Coach Philani pulling Ukhuliso aside, and he had like a 30-second lecture. I still want to ask Coach Philani what he was saying to him, because when Terence Mashego came on, you could see Cape Town City wanted to overload our right hand side.
Yes.
And Tapelo did not move that much on the right hand side, so he had to assist Ukhuliso most of the time. But I could see that Ukhuliso, man, he has improved. I'm so happy with the police.
You know, I was one of the people at the beginning of the season who was saying Khensani doesn't seem like he's serious about playing for Sundowns. I will say that out now. You know, but in the past 3 games, he has really shut me up. Like, I really like it when players shut me up without even knowing that I'm saying things about them. But I remember, like, there was a time where I think it was Langerman. I think I gave him a 2. And then I think 2 days later he liked one of my old Instagram pictures. I think he was telling me that I'm watching you or something like that.
You know, the player that has shut me up is Hashim. And I never rated Hashim, but he has done tremendous work in midfield. And each time I watch Hashim playing on TV, I just smile because he just makes football look simple.
Yeah. You know, Pro, going into today's game, you know, when I saw the starting lineup, I was like, I wonder what this is about. Especially like where Tapelo was playing and where Gutumela was playing. And I'm like, Gutumela today is further up and is not on the right as much. But you know, I think when you look at it in terms of how we played, and you look at that miss by Tapelo and how Cape Town City played after the introduction of Makola and Mashego, it's like it was 2 different games. But I don't want to lie to you, first half for me it was a tactical masterclass.
True. And you could see whenever we were not having the ball, Ukudu will sit on Umokeke. Because I listened to Coach Ryan's presser. He said a lot of positive stuff about Umokeke. And I wanted to see what is it that Coach Ryan was going to do with him. And you could see when he came down to see introduced Makola Oguti, they started to have an advantage in midfield. But for me, Ukudu, he had a brilliant first half, and he played the role very well. And Upita, what I like about him is that he's not a rigid player.
Yes.
He could accommodate any player around him, and he allowed Ukudu to occupy the space behind him, and it became easy. And with Mshishi as well, you know, sometimes I remember when Uteko Modisa said he was asked to play less so that the team can play more. In the first half, Mshishi allowed the team to play more, and in the second half, he got hold of the ball and he was able to play those 1-2 passes. But for me, first half, I still want to watch it again and enjoy the movement of the ball of Gutumela and also his support that Utapelo was bringing on the right hand side.
You know, if there's one thing you must never do, don't play with Temba's one when we're leading 1-0. Temba will embarrass you. you know, me and Neo always have this joke about the Cruyff 10. So like sometimes when we're chasing a goal, like they will be like, basically Cruyff 10. But when it happens in that instance when we are leading and we are free flowing and we are playing, I celebrate those 10s like it's a goal. And you know when after we took the lead, I even the work rate, did you hear that, guys? I'm in Durban and I said, yeah, so I speak Zulu.
and you are married to a Zulu girl?
Yeah, no. Yeah,
so
when I'm home, I'm Zulu.
That's
Yeah, but you know, we can talk all night about this game. I think let's just go into. Were you happy with the lineup and the tactics?
I was not happy with the subs. I don't have a problem with the lineup, but I was not happy with the subs. I know that the coaches know best, and I don't know why they brought Postman as a right back. I thought maybe with substitution, where with all due respect to Kemit Erasmus, I thought maybe when Kutu went off, I thought maybe Postman was the right player to come in at the time, to play on the left and let Mshishi come in the middle, because he was going to neutralize that movement Kamakola in most cases.
Yeah.
But I know that when it works out, we are all happy, but when it doesn't work out, and if we lost that game, I know that most Sundowns fans would have blamed the coaches for that Kemit Erasmus substitution. But I wanted to see Postman playing more in the final third rather than at the right back position. But now Miami. This camera can roll on over and over when I talk about Billy Ocean, but give that boy whatever he wants. Tear his contract, let him sign again. Now I'm talking like a Man U supporter.
No, you know I thought Aubrey looked good when he came on.
He did.
But and it was also at the time when like we were sort of like taking charge of the game again. Because after he scored, it's like we had a glitch. Like there was a glitch in the system and we froze. Like our legs froze and we forgot how to play. But when Neo Mayema came and he started settling in the game, there's nothing I will say that will better what you said already about Mayema. I think let's just go into the ratings. Like a cup final review is so dicey because there's so many moments and the emotions are double what a normal game is.
Yeah.
So let's start with Dennis Onyango. What rating do you give Onyango?
I'll give him a 9 out of 10. I'll take a 1 because of that mistake that led to their goal. 9 out of 10. I'm sorry, Masinde, I love you, but I'm taking that 1.
Shouldn't we have rated him for the penalties and for the game?
maybe that would help us.
But I'll take the 9.
Yeah, no,
yeah,
9 out of 10 is fine.
Yeah, Dennis Onyango, man. There isn't anything that we'll say that has never been said about this guy across the continent.
The more you say it, it will sound like a broken record.
Yeah.
So don't say anything. Just say Africa's number 1. Better than Mendy.
Lyle.
Gazi. I'll give Gazi 7.5. I'll give Gazi 7.5. He did not give us enough offensively. But it was okay. 7.5 for me, I think it's fine. Yeah,
I think I was also happy with his total work rate, and he was occupying the spaces that he's supposed to occupy. But sometimes where that's where you will see the difference between player like Lyle and other players, because sometimes when he gets in those spaces, Lyle doesn't have that flair, and sometimes he lacks like that killer instinct when he gets there. So when he can't do basics, his bread and butter, he'd rather reset the ball and start over. He's like, but sometimes you need those type of safe players. I agree with your rating. I want to rate Musa because I don't want to rate Grant, because rating Grant for me is so tricky.
Okay. I understand.
Yeah.
Nepotism, no, that's fine.
Musa, I asked myself what type of game he had because I couldn't make it out. But the thing about Musa is he has big match temperament. And when I think of a Sundowns lineup, when it comes to the centre backs, I always say Musa and who. You know what I mean? I expect so much from him. that sometimes when he has a decent performance, I can't even see it.
And he comes from a team that was always fighting relegation, Ajax Cape Town. But there is one ball that always troubles Musa, and we almost conceded. That diagonal ball that always cuts on the ground. Against Chiefs, he scored an own goal.
Yeah.
I think there was also another game where that ball came and Musa mistimed it. And again, it came again, that ball. And he was supposed to clear with his right, but he couldn't. And it went through. And thanks to Dennis for saving that one.
Yeah.
So if I were to
But
rate...
sorry, but he won. I don't know the stats, but by eye test alone, I think he won 80 or 85% of all the aerial balls that came to him.
True.
But it's not like they have like a big striker who will trouble him.
Yeah.
They just have tricky players because they were playing with Fahri as a 9.
Yeah, and Fahri was not giving us much problems on aerial balls, just like Shaluli was not giving them problems with aerial balls.
He was just contesting them.
Yeah, and if I were to rate Grant right now, I mean, Musa, I'll give him, I think a 7 is fine.
Oh, I was going to give him a 6.
6?
Yeah, because also I was expecting him to score that penalty. You know, players from Ajax Cape Town, I expect them to score a penalty.
Oh no, he missed a penalty as well.
Yeah.
Okay. No, let's downgrade and give him a 6.
See, that's 6, ne?
Let's agree on a 6.
Yeah. Grant.
A combination of Anele and intelligence of players like Abulakim Life in the 90s. You know, when you watch Grant in possession of the ball, timing of tackles, and communication. I mean, I was so impressed with his communication as well. And for me, I'll give him a 7.5.
7.5.
Yeah.
Also, players like Grant, I always have this fear that, you know, when you're a player that has been not play like at the stage of his career, he hadn't played for a big team and is only now playing. I always wonder and I fear for them that maybe coming to a big team, you have big personalities like AJ, like Mshishi. Sometimes you wonder if like he might not have like an inferiority complex to come out of his shell and lead. But in a few months that has been here, like 4 months that has been here, he looks like he fits in.
And he comes from Supersport United, and Supersport prepares them well for us.
Supersport and tax.
And tax.
Yeah, I want to give Khuliso Modau for that first half alone, and I want to give Khuliso Modau a 6.5. I'm happy with his performance, but a big but.
No.
It's a cup final and we won, bro.
No. Khuliso Modau deserves a 7. I'll tell you why. For the first, Khuliso was not panicking in possession. I mean, he was calm. He knew when to pass. He knew when to challenge the space, and he was not giving away possession. I mean, this is a Khuliso Modau that is improving. Past 3 games, I mean, Khuliso deserves something. Deserves a break. Come on, man.
Guys, we're in Durban, and whatever this guy says goes. It's a 7. I think, sometimes I always feel like I don't want my ratings to seem like I'm excited.
No, but to be honest with you, I was telling the people that I was sitting next to, Khuliso has improved so much. It's even difficult for the coaches to drop him. Tapelo was back, but Khuliso started at right back.
Yes.
And it's going to be difficult for Tapelo to go back at right back, unless, of course, it's a tactical decision. Otherwise, he deserves a 7 shape.
Okay. Another player that I no longer want to talk about now, it's AJ. So that midfield of AJ and River, I want us to... I know AJ stood head and shoulders above everyone today. For me, AJ was my man of the match today. But and it's like Masinde. What are you gonna say about AJ that anyone else is not saying?
What a leader! What a leader! You know, that's the part of AJ's game that I think most people are going to enjoy as soon as we are allowed to go back to stadiums.
Yeah.
What a leader. I saw there was a mistake that happened at the back, and he went to a player that made a mistake and he clapped hands and encouraged the player. And no, man, let's go back, let's fight for the team.
The one that he went and fought for.
Yes,
I saw that
yes.
one. Yeah.
And you know, that's an AJ that a lot of people thought maybe he was coming to earn a retirement package at Sundowns.
Yeah.
But we see an AJ that is playing like a 21-year-old.
Yes.
That AJ was the AJ that I saw at Tuks, playing for Tuks. That was playing for Pirates, partnering Opamanyisa. And he's fighting for every ball, and he wants to make sure Uguti, we have a proper balance in midfield. And he was communicating with Oriva. And I saw him shouting at one of the players. I think it was Pay, if I'm not mistaken, because he lost the ball twice. And
the first one he tried to nutmeg the player.
Yes.
The second one he took too long to pass.
You know when AJ looks at you for like
When's that? Yeah. And AJ has this thing that he knows, he's so sure of himself and his talent and that he's a star. It's like sometimes you feel like he looks at everyone like, you are not as talented as I am. Don't do the things that I would do.
But he gave away the ball, I think, about 6 times. Misplacing passes. He tried to play a fancy pass and it went out. He also had his mistakes. But because he's so good, sometimes we ignore his mistakes. But he also had his own mistakes that I think when he gets too excited, that's when these mistakes can start coming in. But if I were to rate him, I'll give him an 8.
Would you allow me to give him a 9? You know why? Because he was my man of the match. Why is my man of the match getting an 8 when Onyango got a 9?
You will only give him a 9 in Pretoria or in Atteridgeville, not here. He gets an 8. Nobody will be rated above Dennis Onyango or even equal to Dennis Onyango.
Yeah, guys, just in case you forgot what you were watching, this is the Pro Philani fan vlog. So, have you seen this side of River getting those type of shots on target? Twice. It started in the Champions League game, and you saw it again today.
And a lot of people were saying he doesn't take shots at goal because he's got his a foot injury or something like that. I don't know where they get it from, but for me, Uriva, I think in Egypt they want to do a module on Mo Salah.
Yeah.
In South Africa we should do one on River.
As a footballer and as a six,
as a footballer and as a brain. That man is a medulla oblongata of Shushan and Pian.
Well, in Pretoria, we'll say Mfano lost child. Like River, just makes you appreciate football.
At one stage he was pressed by 4 players, but he never panicked. He carried the ball. They looked for an option. There was Lyle on the left. He passed to Lyle. He'll wait for the ball, and he'll hold the ball, and he will tell the player, "I'm going to play it there," and you'll play it not perfectly weighted pass, and this will get to the player.
Yeah.
So, what more can you say?
I'll give him a 7.5.
I agree.
Oh,
7.5. No, 7.5.
Thank you. Let's move on to Themba Zwane, the best footballer in this country. When Themba is dancing, Propilani, there is no better side. They put 2 stages at Zone 6 right now and say Maporisa is performing here and Themba Zwane is juggling the ball here. I'm telling you now, I'm paying more money to watch Themba Zwane juggle the ball.
There are people who were not playing this weekend. They were sitting at home watching Themba Zwane. If you have never watched Themba Zwane live, you have never watched football.
No, that's true.
Yeah,
that's true. He was dictating the zone 14 area.
Yeah.
AJ was running the game and Mshishi was dictating the zone. I don't want to. Personally, I feel like we should retire rating Themba Zwane. Like we retired rating Pesitao. I'm tired of rating this guy.
Yeah, but you must leave it to us.
Of course.
Themba Zwane.
You will eat up all the ratings today.
I know. Themba Zwane.
Yeah.
Themba Zwane. No, but I'll give him a 7.5.
A 7.5.
Yeah, I'll give him a 7.5.
No, I'm happy. And a lot of people are not happy that he was substituted. But you must remember that, Themba is also aging. It's not like a spring chicken and he had played 90 minutes. And I don't think you want to risk not having him for other games and
I think he had the most touches.
Of course.
He had the most touches and he created more spaces for us. And I could see him at times. He would try and force a triangle in the final third, and it was not opening for him. And he was not even trying to force things. And he would try and play wide, and sometimes he would dribble 2 or 3. But 7.5 is fine.
7.5 is fine. Peter Shalulile today.
6.
Yeah. I like how we can just move. Thapelo Morena scored a goal.
5.5.
For a goal scorer in the cup final.
5.5. I think Thapelo should have scored a hat-trick or a brace. And as much as he was good off the ball, but I think that he did not utilize the ball more the way I wanted Thapelo to utilize the ball. Okay. And I'm happy to be wrong.
And he's a good dribbler, Thapelo.
On 1v1, you expect Thapelo to take Ed Milson Dove, but he was not doing that.
Oh, okay.
He was opting for for safer passes instead of taking the player on, and that's not how I like Thapelo to play. I want Thapelo to impose himself all the time. So for that, yeah, 5.5 in final.
I get the rating, but sometimes you give him the benefit of the doubt. He hasn't played in a while. You come in a cup final and you play in a position that is a bit more of a tactic more than like what you're comfortable.
I want to disagree with you. I want to disagree with that excuse. And if I was editing this video, I was gonna cut it out. But I'm not.
Yes, this problem is taking over.
Yeah, but if ever Thapelo watches this one, I want him to know that he can do better.
Oh, okay.
1v1 Thapelo is second to none. So he cannot be troubled by an Edmilson Dove who doesn't have knees.
Thabiso Kutumela.
Wow.
What a revelation.
Fought for that ball for our first goal. I was disappointed that he did not return, but for his first half, I think a 7 is fine.
A 7 is fine.
7 is fine.
Yeah, and then off the bench, I was so happy to see. You know, Pelele Mkhulisi, when he plays football, that boy. I don't know if there's a direct translation to the term like I'm at ease when I watch that boy play football.
I'll give him a 6.
A 6.
Yeah.
Off the bench, that's a good rating.
Yeah, I'll give him a 6 because I think he tried to play the game for us. He tried to keep the ball, he tried to rotate the ball, but he did not impose himself as much as I would have loved. He had an opportunity to take a player one-on-one. I think it was Philly's.
Yeah.
And
it resulted in a corner.
As Pelele Mkhulisi that was playing for Black Leopards, he would have skinned him alive. But as Pelele Mkhulisi that we see at Sundowns now, I think he's becoming more mature, but sometimes I don't like his maturity.
Oh, I get you. Sometimes you want the player to still have that flair and be a bit naive sometimes.
Yeah, man, come on, be a Jabupul, take him out.
Yeah, Obrumudiba?
Obza, I'll give him a 6.5. I don't normally rate subs that high, but I think Obza gave us a proper balance.
Yeah.
I was not happy that he's a left-footed right back, but I think we did not have any problems.
Yeah.
Even when Neo came on and Neo went on to play left back, I thought maybe they'll swap Obza to play left back, but no, he was comfortable. Okay. 6.5.
Speaking of Neo, I want to give Neo either a 7 or a 7.5.
Give that boy 8. If the chairman is watching this one, chairman, just go tear that contract. Give Neo Miami a new contract. Just give Neo Miami a new contract.
That boy is so good. That boy is a Sundowns player.
What a player. What a boy. And I wouldn't mind to see Neo Miami taking a number 10 next season. I wouldn't mind.
You know who was supposed to have that number 10?
Don't tell me now.
I'll tell you when we're done recording.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, it's good. Yeah. I was giving him a 7.5, but Pro said an 8. I'm happy to give Neo Miami an 8.
Neo Miami is a star.
Yeah. Hashim Domingo.
What a boy. Did I tell you that I never rated him?
Yeah.
Yeah, what a boy. I think I'm eating humble pie and it's hot in my mouth.
There's nothing as nice as humble pie.
Yeah.
When you didn't rate a player and they do that.
That's
I love
Hashim
it.
Domingo.
That's the type of pie I want.
Hashim Domingo, you are serving me and you're serving me nicely and I'm getting fat because of the double pie. Give him a 7.
Oh, yeah. No,
7.
this is a cup final, guys. We're not wasting any time.
Give him a 7.
Yeah, those are all our subs, nah?
Yeah. Are we missing anyone?
No, we're not missing anyone. We usually...
Oh, yes, we do.
Who?
Romeo must die.
Oh, you know, there were moments where I'm like, this is the Romeo, you know. And then there are moments where I'm like, I wonder if he's a rusty.
He had 2 chances inside the box. One went
the one he finished first time, and that other one he dilly-dallied and he recovered.
Give Romeo a 4.
We usually rate our coaches as well. We rate them on their starting lineup, we rate them on how they adapted to the game, and we rate them on their subs.
6. You know why? You know why I'm giving them a 6? I'm giving them a 6 because I think there was a spell where Cape Town City dominated us.
Yeah.
They passed the ball around. I think
after they scored,
yeah. When Pomakola came on, I said, yes, trouble. But our coaches did not pay attention to Mpombakola. Mpombakola controlled the game. He made sure that we chased the ball. We looked for the ball, and we couldn't find it. And there was a spell where Cape Town says, I don't know, you know what? And Ralani came alive.
Yes.
You can't allow Cape Town to have a player that will breathe to the legs of Ralani. Because when Ralani is alive, you know in the final third that you are bound to be punished. So for me, the coaches, I know they deserve a 6 share.
A 6, ne?
Yeah, they must never do this to us.
Yeah, but that's it. Like we're done with the ratings.
Oh no, we must rate the fans.
Because we were back.
Fans 10 out of 10. We were so disciplined. We were all seated. I mean, we were all in our seats.
Yeah.
Social distancing, we practiced.
Yeah.
We were wearing our mask consistently.
But not extra time. Me and Obi were not social distancing. I'm sorry for that, but at least we are vaccinated, guys. Give us something. But extra time, there was no way. Yeah. You see, now there's other coming, and we no longer have time. People don't have enough data. Oh, we forgot Villa.
We forgot Villa. Hey, Villa. How did we forget you?
Let me read Villa. Let me read Villa.
No, if I don't agree, then I'll have to come in. I'm giving you 30 seconds.
I'm giving Villa a 4. You know why? I expected so much from him coming on, and he missed the penalty. You know, I think it's the first time I see Villa taking a penalty at Sundowns.
No, it's not the first time. Or you. So, in his first season, he missed the penalty MTN 8. I think we were knocked out by Celtic, if I'm not mistaken.
Is it? Yeah. Did he take it?
In his first, he took it.
Oh, yeah,
and it looked like he didn't care after it.
But that's Villa's demeanor. Like Villa,
it was him. It was Lafort who missed in that penalty shootout, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh yeah. I'm giving him a 4.
I won't argue that 4.
Yeah.
I won't argue that 4.
Yeah. That's it. That's it, guys.
But if we are rating Villa a 4, a Villa that played, I think the last.
No,
6 minutes. No. I'm not saying we are wrong.
Oh.
But I just want you to pay attention to this. There's a player that played 45 plus 30 that we gave a 4. And Villa played like, I think, last 7 minutes, if I'm not mistaken. And we are rating him a 4. So that player and Villa, they had the same performance. I just want you to pay attention to that. If you don't remember the player, watch the vlog on Monday morning. Make sure you subscribe and you press the share button. And you watch SS Fan Base on Thursday, 7 to 8. I'll be bragging about Amasanda 1.
That's it, guys. Bye.
Cut!